And welcome back, everyone, to Xi'an, China, as we're going to get into another cracking game of Clash Royale.
Absolutely. Welcome back to WCG here. It's time to continue with our action. We had an incredible series just now. Franco managing to take out WCG in the end, and in doing so, keeping his playoff hopes alive. He is one of our contenders that could still make it into that third or fourth place spot in the bracket and still make it on into tomorrow's matches. His hopes and dreams are still alive.
Yeah, I mean, anything can happen for Franco. Results could go his way, or he can make his own destiny by just destroying everyone else who's left in the tournament.
And also, another player to talk about right now is Arctic Paul. Yesterday didn't go so well for him. He was one of the players that people were expecting to do exceptionally well during the tournament. So far, he's actually ended up going 50-50 right now. He has 3 wins and 3 losses, still has a game to play. If he can win that game, if he can get himself the 4 wins, he will qualify for the semifinals tomorrow, and he'll have a chance to redeem himself.
And he does have to go against Franco when Arctic Paul gets to play. But the players right now, we do have Taoki, who is from Chinese Taipei, against Wenwenwen of China. And Wenwenwen is at the blue end of the screen at the bottom, and Taoki is in red at top.
Yeah, and importantly, Taoki still has 2 games to go. It's still possible for him to get 4 wins on the board if the standings that I have are correct. And that means that he is also in contention alongside Arctic Paul and our Argentinian player as well.
Franco.
So we'll see who is going to be able to take that 4th place spot. We have a 3-way battle for it as of right now.
Yeah, if Taoki manages to beat Wenwenwen, and then Taoki will have to beat GDH65 to go through, I believe. That's going to be Taoki's last game of this tournament, which will be after this, but unfortunately will not be up on the stream, as we're just chilling out and watching the elixir tick by.
Well, you asked me how long the longest elixir count I had seen was. We could well see it in this game by the looks of things so far. 1.5 minutes into the matchup, and we've just seen a singular skeletons played.
Usually this means that the player has something incredibly explosive that they need to finish off in one push. But, I mean, what is there like that these days? Like Golem, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, we could have something like some kind of freeze deck coming into play that's meant to catch your opponent off by surprise. Maybe something with clone in there.
Well, we're going to find out eventually, as we are just about to enter double elixir. And we do see the golem from both players here. Wenwenwen dropped his slightly earlier, I believe, than Taoki, but it's not going to matter at this point. Dark Prince here for Taoki, and the Goblin Cage. Oh, sorry, Goblin Cage from Taoki, and the Dark Prince here for Wenwenwen.
Oh my goodness, look at the size of this push in the left lane right there. It's Wenwenwen going full aggressive, ignoring the golem in the other lane. Electro Wiz is going to get demolished by this death squad right here. Prince did connect to the tower right there. The Goblin is not going to be able to do too much. Explosion comes on in. This could actually be a tower going down in the left lane right here. Another Lumberjack connects, and that will be the tower going down. Now, the question is, does the tower trade in the right here? Well, or does it even last long enough for that to happen?
Well, it is going to survive. It is going to take that tower, but if that push from Wenwenwen can take the Crown Tower, it's not going to matter. We're going to see here, there is an Electro Dragon here for Wenwenwen. And Taoki kind of has stabilized ever so slightly. He has now been able to build a Golem push here. And Wenwenwen doesn't have another Golem yet.
Does have a tornado available, but the baby dragon actually did just go down. It's going to be Electro Dragons here. There come the Whirlwinds as well. Look at this. Snowball pushes them back, and actually this could be a tower going down. Good connection there, but the Dark Prince onto the back line will finish this push off.
Yeah, that double Electro Dragon. MVP right there. 6 targets. Just so much damage getting done as the electricity bounces between the two. And we do see now, it does look as though Taoki may have the advantage here. He's got a better cycle. He's been able to bring out these guns, and the Dark Prince is charging through. There is a tornado, so it's going to go down with the Electro Dragon there. Will the Golem be able to make it to the tower? Beautiful snowball. Poison doesn't finish any of those dragons and the Mega Minion off there, so it does get a little bit of explosion damage. Not too much doing, and now Wenwenwen drops his Golem and the Goblin Cage is there to distract. That is Taoki's saving grace here. That Goblin Cage can totally drag that Golem away from everything.
Honestly, Goblin Cage has been such an incredibly impactful card across this entire tournament, and it's going to continue to fulfill that role. Now barreling down that left lane, will be finished off by a barrel, no less. The Electro Dragon is going to be there, but the Golem drop now by Taoki. He's going to try and build a push of his own. Dark Prince and Electro Dragon going to be contesting him, as well as a Baby Dragon. This Golem's going to start taking some serious damage.
Could Wenwenwen here decide to go down that right-hand side? He now has enough probably to defend all of this. So putting that Golem, if he had the elixir, if he didn't just spend it all right there, putting the Golem on the right-hand side could have actually won him the game.
Yeah, potentially trying to play in both of the lanes there. This push is just going to be thwarted now. And we're getting into the final minute of overtime. A very, very aggressive Golem right on the bridge here. Dark Prince gonna walk alongside with it. There's a Mega Minion as well to boot. We have 900 HP on this tower, but this tornado has been so impactful. Poison comes down as well as the Golem walks towards the tower.
Is he going to get the death damage on the tower? No, he doesn't. So only the Golemites are going to get some damage in. But the damage is coming through. But look at that. Wenwenwen's Golem is very healthy getting to that top tower. Is he going to be able to take it out? It's a little bit of a race. Taoki's push has been completed, so there's 1,026 HP remaining on that crown tower, and it is slowly going down. Does Taoki have anything else here?
Surely going to be getting 500 HP. Baby Dragon is going to be still there, gets the Enrage as well. One more hit does it. And that is going to be Wenwenwen taking game number 1 in the series.
Yeah, you play with fire by waiting that long, and sometimes you do get burned. Wenwenwen played that perfectly. It was looking so bad at times, though.
Yeah, and what a fantastic start for him as well. Going for the initial trade right there. Wenwenwen was the one that committed to his push. He reinforced his Golem and went for the full-on play. Whereas on the other side, Taoki went more defensive, tried to defend the push instead of backing up his own Golem. And in the end, that health difference of only 300 between the Crown Tower and the Princess Tower, honestly, that difference all started right on that very first push.
Well, one of the things we didn't get to mention is that Taoki and Wenwenwen are both fighting for the last qualification place. Whoever wins this will be in the better position to qualify. They will end up 3-3, so they will have one more game to play. So Wenwenwen and Taoki are fighting for their tournament life in this match, and Wenwenwen starts on the right foot.
Yeah, absolutely. Taoki wanting to get some more wins on the board. Currently, he's 2-3, has 2 games to go. Wenwenwen has 4 losses and 2 wins. So he's fighting for his 3rd win here, which potentially it's possible to squeeze in that 4th place spot. It does depend on how the other games go.
Both of them are 2-3, I believe. According to the standings I have here, both are 2-3 right now.
Interesting.
So yeah, 2-3.
My standings say different, so we'll have to wait and see.
We'll find out. We'll find out once it refreshes. But Taoki used to play in CRL for kicks, so he has that experience of being on stage in front of people under pressure. But I mean, Wenwenwen, he's just been as cool as a cucumber, especially in that first match. And it looks like we might be going for something very similar here as the elixir started to tick down.
Yeah, the snowball, the only card to be revealed. We saw snowballs in the previous game, so really is not too much of a tell. Also, there's so many decks that you can fit a snowball into that realistically it's not going to tell you too much about what your opponent is going to be running here. As we head towards the 2-minute mark, both players just going to be leaking away. No emotes though. Total discipline on both sides.
Yeah, this is what we call fair play. I mean, let's be real. I love throwing out the emotes when it comes down to this, but we do see the Dark Princes going to start charging into each other here. It's going to give Taoki a little bit of an advantage here, but there is the bar barrel to equalize that. The towers will probably clean everything else up here. One hit, just about.
Oh, there it is. Advantage to Wenwenwen.
That's it. The game is over. Wenwenwen is going to win from that. Just that one push is enough.
103 HP advantage. It's so massive. But again, both players go back to leaking. Just playing as minimally as they can. Playing a Dark Prince there by Wenwenwen just to try and force something out from Taoki, but he had the exact same card to match. He then had Skeletons to cycle with, and on the other side, just like we were saying earlier, Barbarian Barrel fits into just about every single deck. So once again, neither player truly giving up what their win condition is.
Yeah, and I mean, look what we're doing. We're just sitting here waiting. Again, they've had their little bit of fun. They threw out the Dark Princes. And, I mean, now it's time for gameplay. And again, we're going down to these golems.
Yeah, look at this golem on the inside. Lumberjack going to come through. Side of Wenwenwen. There's an Electro Dragon as well. This Goblin Cage is going to start to do serious damage to the golem, but it has gone down in the end. Mega Minions on both sides. Baby Dragon will be finished off. That is the tornado to pull them away from the Electro Dragon. Barbarian Barrel puts on the as well. Some good damage onto that tower. If you can defend against the counter push here, this is a huge advantage now.
This looks like Wenwenwen is going to take it. That is so much potential damage being there with the Mega Minion getting that extra hit. I mean, Taoki's golem didn't even make it across the bridge in one piece. Incredible play here by Wenwenwen. Is he going to be able to take it out? Taoki reloads with this golem in front of the King Tower this time, both barreling down that right-hand side.
Electro Dragon versus Dark Prince as the support cards here, and a Baby Dragon comes through to follow as well. Barbarian Barrel just goes straight off to the back to try and distract, and the Lumberjack gets straight onto this golem from the side of Taoki. That is going to mean that that objective does go down with very little support from any of the cards. It's going to just about even up tower HP. And it looks like the counter push is not going to be here for Wenwenwen, so all things considered, this is actually a very healthy trade for Taoki.
Yeah, that lightning was absolutely clutch. It managed to take out the Electro Dragon, and that is what allowed that golem to get all the way through to the tower, equalizing it up. So Taoki got the advantage on that push, and look at this. Again, nullifying here. Essentially nullifying Wenwenwen's golem again. This is insane.
Yeah, these kind of mirrors are so difficult to find advantages, and so it's absolutely a game of interest. The Lumberjack can do so much, so if you can get it to connect for a significant portion of time, just annihilate that golem. There's going to be a bar barrel just to finish off the Electro with. It is going to be the golem going down, but the golemites are going to get some death damage in onto this tower. 600 HP remaining now as the Dark Prince will go down. But that 1200 HP for the side of Taoki hasn't been touched for a long while. Yeah, but it's not like he has HP to play with. All it takes is one miscalculation when you're playing on the knife edge that these two are playing on, and you end up losing that tower. So we're going to see lightning come down now-ish. There we go. The Electro. Oh, the Electro Dragon didn't go down. The lightning hit the tower as well. 300 HP remaining. Barbarian Barrel goes down. The golem, if the death can go through, this might just be game here. 55. The golemites are going to connect, and that's going to be Taoki evening up this series.
That lightning, clutch as it was, both ways. If it took out the Electro Dragon, the golem probably would have got through to the tower anyway. Tower down. The lightning then going for the tower that actually happened in game, the tower still goes down. Taoki put himself in such a handsome position, it didn't look as though he was going to lose at that point.
And I love the positioning from Taoki multiple times in that game, going for very aggressive golem positioning, making sure that his golem is the one to push in a little bit earlier on, because then his support units can kind of play both a defensive and an offensive role simultaneously. If they can defend the push, they then follow in off the golem on the back.
Yeah, and I mean, putting the golem right at the bridge while you still have units trying to defend that you put down before you put down the golem. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Trying to follow it through here. So you have units defending the golem.
You have a standing army already there.
And you put down your own golem, everything charges through. And I mean, that's really hard to deal with.
Yeah.
How are you going to be able to deal with that? The lightning is what separated the two players, I think, at this stage. Because those Electro Dragons were doing so much work for Wenwenwen, and the lightning's taking them out, nullified most of his defensive potential.
Yeah, honestly, lightning can be such an incredibly impactful spell in the game if it can find the right targets, assuming it's the right scenario. And it is one of those cards, obviously, it only targets 3 things. So quite often you find situations where things like the Fireball would get more value.
Yeah.
But in this kind of matchup where you have lots of big, heavy units with a lot of HP, the lightning comes up absolutely clutch.
Yeah, but one of the things about Lightning is it's 6 elixir. You dedicate that much
Yeah.
to the offensive push, and you don't take out what you need to try and slow down any push that's coming at you. That's so much elixir used. You have nothing to defend, so you need to use it on that last push, which Taoki did.
Yeah.
Taoki used it at the right time, left nothing to chance, and just completed the game right there.
And now we're 1-1 in this series. Wenwenwen had a phenomenal start to things. Honestly, that first game was incredibly action-packed. We had multiple towers going down at that stage, and then the crown tower dropping to finish it all off. We had a 3-crown victory, which honestly, relatively rare in tournament play.
Yeah.
And then now we've had such an incredibly close mirror match with the golems as well. I honestly don't know what to expect from game number 3.
I don't know either. I mean, Wenwenwen has done very well off camera. As soon as anyone has been streaming his games, he loses. So I don't want to put the caster's curse on him, because you know he is a home favorite here. Whenever we see him play, like the audience give him a cheer, because we're in China, man.
Hometown favorite for sure.
Yeah.
And we'll see if that is going to be spurring him on here as he jumps into one of his final remaining games of this entire tournament, if he can't make it into the bracket. But if he can get these wins on the board, if he can just hold on and cling on to these matches, he still has a chance to make it on into the bracket for tomorrow. And that's where the prize money is going to be, and it's a big prize as well.
50K for the winner, 20K for second, 10K for third, and nothing for fourth place. That one will sting for months after this tournament.
It's such a brutal, way to end it. Imagine you battle through these games here today. You manage to make it into the semi-finals, and then unfortunately lose out, get nothing in the end. That would be heartbreaking for sure. But here we go. Game number 3 of the series is underway in a graveyard. Going to be the first card played here. Barbarian Barrel to match that one. Just immediately chunk that out to make sure that there's not too many skeletons distracting units.
So both these players are playing for their tournament life. The winner of this still has a chance to qualify. The loser is out. Straight up, they cannot qualify. Unless miracles happen elsewhere, I believe.
I think that you are correct in saying, though, that whoever loses this one, I think it is actually going to be done so for them at that point. Lava Hound does come out, but Inferno Dragon on the other side should be able to answer that relatively comfortably.
It does look as though Taoki's bringing the Lava Hound Golem Cage. Probably got that locked away for when he can find the chance, but actually I'm not sure. I'm 90% sure that last card is going to be Lava Hound.
Yeah, and I mean, I would not be surprised at all to see a Lava Hound in this.
Maybe it fits. If the shoe fits, it's probably the right foot, right?
Yeah, that's true. Look at the damage coming out from this Goblin Cage right here. The minor Goblin Cage combo just absolutely annihilates a Princess Tower there. Taoki starting off with a massive advantage.
I look away for half a second. I was looking at you as I was talking.
That's the power of the Goblin Cage, man.
My goodness.
That card, just such exceptional damage. If he can get through, that's the thing. He's so squishy, it's so easy to deal with in the right situation. But if you don't have an answer in hand and that Goblin charges down, they've got a minus tower, your health bar is just going to melt.
Well, Wenwenwen now has Mount Everest to climb without any equipment here. He has got to push that boulder up the mountain to try and get this victory. And the Lava Hound, the Flying Machine, the Baby Dragon, the Mega Minions are going to be sitting in that poison. Will they be able to get the damage in? There's the Miner in the back. Inferno Dragon is going to try and take that out. The Baby Dragon is still pretty healthy though here. But Wenwenwen, if he can get anything done on that tower, it's going to be good. The Pups doing work, but the last 2 Pups decide to go chase after that Barbarian. The Goblin Brawler, I would say, just takes things out.
I feel like we need a new name for the Goblin after the cage as well.
I think he's the Brawler, no?
Is the name card okay?
I don't think he has a name, but I think that's just what everyone calls him.
Honestly, it might in the flavor text. I don't know. But either way,
all we know is he's done jail.
Brawler is certainly a good name for him. Barbarian's come out as a final ditch effort here. 900 HP on the tower. There's just not going to be the damage there.
Beautiful catch on the Miner at the top as well.
Yeah, fantastic stuff. And that's going to be Taoki taking this series 2-1 in the end, which means, regrettably for you Chinese viewers at home, that is going to be Wenwenwen going home empty-handed.
Yep, but if you're from Taipei,
yes,
your hope is still here.
Yeah.
Taoki can still qualify. He's going to need to win his next game, which I have lost the details because they just closed off.
He's now battling, in terms of standings, he's battling with Arctic Paul and Franco. Those are the other two guys that are contesting for the potential 3rd and 4th place spots, while FMGG and Juicy J are going to be looking at 1st and 2nd seed at this stage.
Who does Taoki have left to play?
That one I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, my internet's throwing up errors. I cannot check it right now.
It's frustrating that we can't check the standings as readily as we would like, but fantastic win, though, regardless.
I mean, Taoki played phenomenally. As Golem plays Go, he showed what it's like to play right on that knife edge of just the next tower takes it, and he managed to somehow get it done.
Yeah, and honestly, he gave us a really good example of what it's like to play Golem a little bit more aggressively than most players play Golem. You see a lot of players with the Golem only ever drop it in the back, only ever go for very slow, very calculated pushes, but showing that he's very willing to drop it on the bridge when the time is right, the calculated aggression, coming up strong, and actually winning him in the series.
Yeah, Taoki's last game is going to be against GDH65, who hasn't had a good tournament. I don't believe he can qualify either.
No, he cannot qualify at this point. I believe he already has 4 or 5 losses.
Yeah, I think he's out.
Yeah.
But he has one more game to play against Taoki, and if Taoki can win, he puts himself in a very good position to qualify.
Yeah, he could be able to make that one happen. We'll have to find out later on. We're going to go into a quick break. Do not touch that browser. We're going to be back in a few minutes with our next match of the day. 2 remaining for today. We'll find out who goes on into the semifinals.